Hello. Uh, well, today I decided to do something a little different. Uh, I've never really mentioned it on the channel before, but I am very active in the Death Battle fan community, and I have been writing fight scripts uh, for a few years now, some on my own, most of them commissioned by people in the community, hiring me to write scripts for their preferred matchups. And, well, today I decided to showcase one. This isn't one that I was paid to write like some of the others. This is one that I wrote on my own, of my own personal interest. However, I did write this one years ago. It's actually my second ever script. So, it may not be quite up to snuff compared to my current paid scripts. But I've been interested in, I guess, being more active in the community in a more visible way, I guess. And so I'm going to read to you what you probably saw in the title already: Tommy Oliver versus William Dunbar. Now, if you don't know who these characters are, Tommy Oliver is from Power Rangers. He is basically the Power Ranger, actually. He started out as a villain and eventually became a member of the Heroes, and then a mentor, and then yada yada yada. This is focusing specifically on the Mighty Morphin era Tommy Oliver as the Green Ranger. Which, well, Death Battle has done a weird thing where they always focus on just one specific era for Power Rangers characters anyways, disregarding any of the things they have acquired later on. But, here, I chose this, I guess, kind of leaning into the same thing Death Battle has done. But his opponent is William Dunbar. He's from Code Lyoko, which was one of my favorites growing up. I don't know if that dates me or not, but yeah, this is a very thematic matchup. They both started out as villains and became part of the team, brainwashing. You get the gist. I'm stalling for time now, so I'll just get to the script. The analysis portion will tell you basically whatever you need to know. I did rewatch all of Code Lyoko before writing the script, and I did not, however, rewatch all of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. So, I don't know how accurate my analysis on Tommy's gonna be, but without further ado, I will begin to read what I have, and I hope you enjoy it. Tommy Oliver versus William Dunbar. Power Rangers versus Code Lyoko. And I'll be trying to do my best Whiz and Boomstick impressions, so please forgive me. I can't be too loud because of my neighbors, but teenagers, they get all the cool superpowers and weapons, and always get to be a part of a real close friend group that gets to save the world. Why couldn't it be me, Wiz? Why? We just started, Boomstick. We haven't even introduced the combatants yet. Speaking of which, each group of teens, at least in media, always has that one mysterious outsider. And what hero team would be complete without an evil copy? Like Tommy Oliver, the bewitched Green Power Ranger, or William Dunbar, the fallen Lyoko warrior. I'm Wiz and he's Boomstick. It's our job to analyze their weapons, armor, and skills to determine who would win a death battle. The 90s was totally rad. Raddest of all was the sudden increase of quality in Saturday morning content. We got Beast Wars, Animaniacs, Batman the Animated Series, and of course, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, with a guitar riff that we are not allowed to play. That's right, Boomstick. After its release in America, the westernized adaptation of the Japanese Super Sentai series was such a hit that it took around 40% of the action figure market. That meant one thing for sure: the Power Rangers were awesome. But what can be more awesome than a team of overbearing and emotional superheroes? Why, an evil version of them, of course. Thus, Tommy Oliver stepped up to the plate as the Green Ranger. Sure, it took some convincing from Rita Repulsa, like brainwashing, but it worked. After getting his mind taken over by the power, he was so freaking cool that he could fight off the entire team by himself. He even managed to infiltrate the Megazord and fight them inside of its cockpit. That's insane. With his transformation, he got a few pieces of equipment that really gave him an edge. Take the Dragon Dagger, for instance, which contains comparable power to Jason's sword. He was also given the Dragon Shield. You mean that piece of styrofoam around his neck? Well, it's supposed to be solid metal, but let's put production quality aside. In-universe, it's a highly durable piece of mystic armor that Tommy can wear, which protects him from serious blows, and he can even give it to others through the grid. Most impressive of all was the Dragon Zord. As cool as it is, though, we're doing this one like Leo vs. Jason. That means no Zords for Tommy, and no Colossus for William. Not that Tommy really needs it. He's shown himself to be comparable to Jason, the Red Ranger, who lifted this giant boulder and ran fast enough to kick up a dust cloud this big when racing Trini, the Yellow Ranger. On top of that, he's a martial arts master, even without his powers, even in real life. With these powers, he menaced the Rangers time and time again, but eventually he was freed. Not sure what to make of himself after being freed from Rita's mind controls, the Rangers took him in. There, the Green Ranger served as a hero. Later in life, Tommy would grow up to become one of the most accomplished Rangers ever, having been green, white, red twice, and black. May the power protect him. Imagine one day you're just looking around an abandoned factory for spare parts, only to find the most powerful supercomputer ever invented. A computer so impressively designed that it contains an entire world, can bring virtual beings into reality, and reverse time. Welcome to Lyoko. It's a world of danger, monsters, school bullies, and bad grades. The horror. Jeremy and friends used this computer to help their trapped friend Aelita escape from Lyoko, but something sinister lurked just beneath the surface. Xana was a hyper-advanced artificial intelligence designed to counter government projects, but it became too powerful and sought to destroy mankind. He could even interact with the real world through activating towers in Lyoko. It's a good thing all these threats to humanity can be easily thwarted by a gang of glorified teenagers. Otherwise, we'd be dead already. Jeremy and his friends had learned how to bring people into the virtual world. Doing so gives them superpowers. Ulrich, the martial artist, gets swords and super speed. Odd, the class clown, gets arrows and cat powers? And Yumi, the other martial artist, gets fans and telekinesis. Even Aelita, the show's own escort mission, eventually got cool offensive abilities. Even with these powers and the ability to turn back time, should things go awry, Xana just proved to be too tenacious and wore them down. They needed someone to lighten the load. Thus, Yumi's would-be love interest, William, was asked to join the team. Big mistake. Sure, he seemed like a logical pick at first. He had the willingness to help, the loyalty to Yumi, and a need to prove himself. For all that, though, he was too eager. His first mission was totally botched because he insisted on staying to fight more enemies instead of advancing like it was a game. This not only got him possessed by Xana, but spoilers, it also led to Lyoko getting destroyed. You sure blew that one, buddy. Well, even with a poor first showing, Xana recognized William's potential and took him as his own. From then on, he became the black-clad Dark Warrior of Xana, and a real threat to the Lyoko warriors. With his newfound power, he was able to take the whole team on by himself, though he usually brought minions to help. Even after all the Lyoko warriors got upgrades to their powers, he was still just as formidable. Since becoming a warrior, he already had that huge sword. Look at it. It's as big as he is, and he picks it up. Sorry, I read 2 sentences at once. I'm sorry. It's as big as he is, and it packs a heavy punch to boot. After getting taken over, he was also given several other powers, like Super Smoke, which lets him travel at high speeds as a cloud of smoke, and can even travel through the ground, and Smoky Telekinesis. At least in Lyoko. Right, their powers all exist as part of a program, but remember how Xana can interact with the real world through towers? Well, Jeremy eventually figured out a way to manifest the warriors into the real world with their powers in the vicinity of other supercomputers. Shortly after Xana did this, as well... I'm sorry. I can't believe I keep flubbing this. Shortly after, Xana did as well, and made William more dangerous than ever before. That said, he's not really there. In this form, he's actually a polymorphic specter. While out and about as a polyamorous specter, he's actually still in the virtual world. Once the Spectre is destroyed, he appears back there. If push comes to shove, though, Xana can always put William back into the physical world. For real this time. While he doesn't have his Lyoko powers in this form, Xana-possessed people still get superpowers like enhanced strength, speed, durability, phasing, and they can shoot electricity out of their hands. One Xana-possessed dude got hit by a car and was only inconvenienced. That said, they do have a weakness to electrical disturbances and EMPs. Though not as powerful, there's no way William will go down easily. Eventually, though, William was freed. It was hard to regain the warrior's trust, but he managed to finally prove his worth. With Xana defeated, the world was at peace. Until the live-action reboot. We don't talk about that. Alright, we've analyzed all their weapons, armor, and skills. It's time we put them in the ring for a death battle. We open up to see the factory from Lyoko. At night, suddenly, a figure is teleported onto the bridge. It's Tommy Oliver. From his communicator, he hears Zordon. Remember, Tommy, this computer is too dangerous. Destroy its evil at all costs. You got it, Zordon. No computer bug is gonna get in my way. Over and out. As he approaches, William is teleported onto the bridge. I think... He brandishes his weapon, ready to protect his master. I'm sorry, I thought... Sorry. That, and my cat's kind of clawing at things. As he approaches, William is teleported onto the bridge. He brandishes his weapon, ready to protect his master. Tommy isn't scared, and takes a fighting stance. You the welcoming committee? I'm here to kill you. Your funeral. It's morphin' time. Tommy is enveloped in a blinding light. When it subsides, he is clad in his green armor and golden shield, dragon dagger in hand. 1 second, my cat is messing with bags. As you can tell, I'm not a professional narrator. Sorry. Chester, stop. I'm trying to read. Tommy is enveloped in a blinding light. When it subsides, he is clad in his green armor and golden shield, dragon dagger in hand. William doesn't wait and makes the first move. He comes in with a massive swing of his blade. Tommy leaps back as the weapon leaves a huge gash in the concrete. Gonna have to be quicker than that to catch me. You left yourself wide open. The Green Ranger dashes at his opponent. He hops and lands a kick to the face. He comes in to get a jab in with his dagger, but William blocks it with the broad side of his sword. Tommy jumps behind him, but William is keen. With a quick decision, William sweeps his legs as he lands. I swear I'm going to get more professional as I get more experience making these kinds of videos. With a quick decision, William sweeps his legs as he lands. With a great blow, he attempts to stab the green hero through the heart. Sparks fly as the blade is deflected off the dragon shield. Chester, stop. I'm reading. I'll have to... Nah, I'll keep going. It's a casual video. I'm not a professional narrator. Chester, stop. Go get it. Sparks fly as the blade is deflected off the dragon shield. William backs up for space and lifts the blade into the air to chop his legs instead. Tommy takes his chance and rolls out of the way of the heavy weapon, jumping back onto his feet. Seeing how dangerous this enemy is, he knows he has to end this fast. He tries to overwhelm the villain in a series of punches and kicks. Once William is disoriented, he lands a stab right through the shoulder and leaps back to analyze his enemy's condition. To Tommy's surprise, the stab seemed to have no effect, even though it went inside him. William simply rubs his shoulders in pain. 20 life points per hit? Not bad, but I can do better. Life points? Like a video game? Super smoke! William's body quickly transforms into a cloud of smoke that travels across the bridge. He materializes above Tommy, swinging his sword. Tommy tries to evade, but the blade catches his right foot. Sparks fly off of his uniform. The morphing grid protects, but it still hurts. I will destroy you for Xana. Victory for Xana. Huh? You remind me of me. Only I'm better now. I am a Power Ranger. Tommy runs in and manages to push William off the bridge. He becomes a cloud of smoke and tries to appear behind his enemy. But Tommy knew he'd try this, and quickly turns around with his dagger. Tommy stabs William through the chest. While his enemy is in pain, he stabs him again. He tries for a third, but William uses his smoke to create distance. You said 20 life points per hit, right? If that's out of 100, then that means I only have to hit you 2 more times. William does not respond, but simply gives a smug smirk as he holds out his hand. The dragon dagger is enveloped in a cloud of smoke and flies out to William's hand. Hey, that's cheating! William leaps into battle with a downward swing of his great sword. Tommy dodges easily, but is caught by a slash with his own weapon. The grid won't protect him forever. He throws an uppercut as hard as he can and sends William into the air. William lands with a thud on the concrete away from his sword, but the dagger is still in hand. Hey, you can punch. That took 15 life points. Tommy grabs William's great sword out of the pavement and rushes towards him. Suddenly, as he tries to attack, it dematerializes and reappears in William's right hand. While he's caught off guard, William pierces him through with his own dagger. Tommy is badly hurt, but thinks fast. He knocks William's head to the side with a left elbow. He pushes the villain aside, pulls out the dagger, and stabs it through William. He then pulls back his fist and fires a punch with all his might. William disintegrates into pixels alongside his sword. Tommy takes a short breather and heads to the basement of the factory to destroy the computer. Once there, he sees the great machine in the center of a white circular room. The off switch is right there. As he goes to pull it, he's hit by a bolt of lightning. He turns around to see William, but he's dressed in normal clothes and without his sword. You've gotta be kidding me. Xana will survive. Tommy lunges with a right hook, but his fist passes straight through the boy. William's body flows like video static through the ranger's body. William blasts Tommy away with electricity and into the wall behind him. Tommy can feel himself getting weaker, but he has an idea. Struggling to control himself through the shocks, he takes his dragon dagger and throws it straight at William. With a cocky smirk, the boy phases and lets the blade pass through him. It wasn't him the ranger was aiming for, though. With a loud bang, the supercomputer is damaged and spewing electric sparks all over. No! William starts to glitch and struggles in pain. In a last-ditch effort, he strangles Tommy while using all of his electrical power. Tommy, with great effort, manages to pull him off and locks him in a hold. I'm sorry, whoever you are, but this ends now. With all his strength, Tommy slams William into the computer. He crashes right through it with the force to shred steel. With an erupting cry, the machine explodes with William in it. Tommy takes a few seconds to catch his breath and calls Zordon. Zordon, I'm in the factory. Mission complete. Prepare the teleporter. KO. I guess magic trumps science yet again. Better change professions, Wiz. While William had some advantages, like better defensive capabilities and 2 chances, he just couldn't keep up with Tommy's greater power and experience. Remember, while Ulrich and Yumi trained in martial arts, William didn't. While in his fights with the heroes, he was kinda just waving his weapon around and relied on raw strength for an edge. That's an edge he didn't have here. Yeah, remember that giant boulder that Jason lifted? That's way more impressive than anything we saw in Code Lyoko. There's also the matter of speed. While Ulrich was maybe as fast as Jason when he raced Trini, Ulrich specifically had a super speed power that he had to activate to use, and none of the others had that. Meanwhile, all Power Rangers' strength and speed are kinda comparable. Though William was a frightening foe and a tenacious warrior, he was just outclassed here. He may have been the cool guy at school, but against Tommy, he's a comparative silly Willy. The winner is Tommy Oliver, the Green Ranger. Okay, well, that was my first dramatic reading of one of my Death Battle fight scripts. As you can tell, I'm not really too experienced in this. I don't have any voice acting training or anything. Plus, my cat kept causing some trouble here and there. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the script. Now, the winner, I know the winners and losers of death battles are really contentious. I will say that I'm not really into power scaling. I don't really do that. So I kind of went off a feeling. But I am pretty sure Tommy Oliver beats William Dunbar. For my paid fight scripts, some of which I may also do readings for and try to be a little more professional in that regard, I do let my customers choose who wins, so just don't expect all the winners to be who you think they should be, is all I'm gonna say. I got Hulk versus Superman, Superman versus Godzilla, Superman versus Madoka from Madoka Magica. I got, what was it, Heather from Silent Hill versus Moira from Resident Evil. I got Beowulf versus Achilles. I got Faramir from The Lord of the Rings versus Jon Snow. I got Kishin Ashura versus the Violator. That will be a fun one to read. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time. And hopefully my little Chester here doesn't create too many complications in the future. Alright, I don't really have an outro, so see you next time.